Hey, good evening everyone. Welcome to the Spa race. It's a season 2, round 6 of a tier 1 for GSR, and we are here in Spa, and it looks like it's a little bit cloudy. I have with me here MLG God or Andrew. I don't know which one you want to go by, and he's going to be our co-host today.
Doesn't matter to me, Cookie.
Alright, so here I'm setting up the UI. And if you want to go ahead and entertain while I set up a couple last things.
Yeah, sure. I'll just kind of wing this because, I gotta save the intro for, the actual race. But, who are you spectating real quick so I can,
First position, who that? W. Gore.
W. Gore, alright. Well, he's, getting tires warmed up. Trying to create some space from... I think there's a couple guys in front of him. I'm not sure. Yeah, he's just getting the tires warmed up, getting ready to go.
Who's it?
I believe he's a reserve driver in the race.
Yeah, he's being followed by someone. Who's... driver tags. I'm gonna enable driver tags so that we know who everyone is.
He's being followed very closely by Kia.
Why is it not...
Kia is very, very close to W. Gore as well. And Kia is also on the medium tires. Everyone else looks like they're out on the softs.
This is not
I just
working.
had a sticky keys issue, so...
there you go. Now this is gonna be loading. Still loading. There you go. Okay, so I got the HUD ready. I got this ready. That's good enough. Alright, so W. Gore is currently on a hot lap. We're on board. I got the overlay so we can see nice information. Braking point just between the 150 boards. You gotta take a lot of curb here. Don't accelerate too fast because you're gonna be a little bit slow for this corner. Now you just brake just as the curb starts here. A big lock up, but it shouldn't slow him down too much. Go down into second gear. Go out here. You have to slow down just slightly to take this turn. You gotta take a lot of curb. Well, not a lot. If you get to the green part, you'll spin yourself. Same here. That green part is really treacherous and it sends your car flying. So you go full throttle on this part. Brake at the 50 board. Go down into fourth gear. You can take that curb. It goes down a little bit, but it doesn't spin you out. And then you brake just again as this curb starts. Go down into third, and this one is really treacherous. It's easy to spin out. Full throttle out, and now you're in a camel straight. Full throttle the whole time. And this is where your low wing settings are going to be advantageous if you use them. Then you get this left kink here that's actually really not that too hard here. So just before the 100 marker you break down and you start turning in. In this case he even kept the second gear for the first corner, but for the second corner of the chicane you want to go down into first gear to get that extra turning power and straighten up as quick as possible to get your lap. And this W. Gore on pole, provisional pole.
Yeah, good lap there from W. Gore. 144.2. That can be easily improved upon as well. But it's the start of the session, so the track will slowly become faster and faster as the session wears on.
Alright, so I'm on board with Righteous now, who is at the end of a hot lap. We're gonna see Righteous had the third position in the last race, so there's actually pretty high hopes that for him in this race. And no one really predicted that he would be in the top 3, but I think they might not be used to him. And he sets a third position here with a 144.5. Just 2 tenths behind Figlin. There's Van on a hot lap, I believe. Oh, he's going into the pits, so no. Van is done. Taco got a 4th position with a 144.7, a little bit lower, but yeah, let's call that a 7. Kriegs is at Eau Rouge, so Kriegs just started a hot lap now. We're gonna go on board with him. Nice, hit the braking point, very decent amount of curb. Sped up a little bit too much before the last turn here. Could have used a little bit more track. So okay, so Kriegs here, yeah, he goes wide a little bit and didn't quite use all the track here in this turn, and goes wide, but that doesn't invalidate his lap.
It doesn't invalidate it. Wow.
No, there's a way that you can go wide there without ever invalidating, as long as you cross the line early and you go far out and like try to stay off track as long as possible, then you will not invalidate there.
Oh, okay.
But yeah,
seems legit.
It looks like Kriegs might not be making the full use of the track here, so it will not be a top lap, but it should be good. I think it's going to place him around the middle of the middle pack. I'm going to.
He's looking pretty good right now through Belgium.Want. Now down into the bus stop. He actually should have a pretty decent time.
So easy to lose time on the exit here. And there you go, 10th position.
7 puts him 10th. Yeah, he spun up the tires on the exit of the chicane there, and
yeah,
that'll kill your lap.
The road is a little bit bumpy, and you have to be really gentle on the throttle at this area.
Very, very, very gentle. Second gear is most likely best. First gear, yeah, you're risking a... But again, you want first gear to get all that extra power.
Yep, exactly. So you want the extra power, but at the same time you want to make sure that you don't spin it.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Yeah, it's because of Kriegs. These grills going really slow here. I don't know if he's gonna go fast when he comes to the bus stop chicane.
He's ERS 0 and his fuel light is on, so it seems like he's out of fuel.
Legit? Alright, that makes sense. So, oof, let's see if he's gonna ruin the flap here. No, he's well on the outside.
Way out of the way for bacon juice. That was very good of him.
Yep, there you go. So Pfeiffer now I think he just set that lap. No, he just started a hot lap. Oh no, his ERS is at 45, so he just finished this lap and he just set a 146.8.
Bacon Juice just started a hot lap.
Alright, let's go on board.
Down through Eau Rouge, up towards Radion. Uses up a lot of the curbing there, but doesn't invalidate, so that's good to see. But he didn't have the absolute... he's actually running ERS mode 3, so that's a little interesting.
Yeah, and he braked way early for that chicane, so I don't think that's going to be a hot lap.
No, it doesn't seem like it.
Borat is in ERS 5 and he's coming close to the end of the lap, so I'm going to go follow him.
Alright.
You can hear the sound of the Toro Rosso there with the Honda engine. It's much smoother than the other cars. It's almost too... it's
too smooth.
Yeah, it's like shy.
Yeah, it doesn't roar like the Ferrari, and it's just a nice quiet hum.
Yeah, like he was in 8th gear, like flooring it, and it didn't even feel like he was going fast because of the noise. He's run out of the RS. Oh, that's the 6th position.
6th fastest. 9/10 off from W. Gore, and no one is yet to achieve a time close to him. Closest to him is Figlin, which is 1/10, and there's a pretty big gap between between him and Righteous Fire.
So we're looking at W. Gore now. He's just about to finish his lap, and oh wow, the 100 board was smashed at the bus stop chicane, so it's gonna be really hard to judge your braking point here. And does he improve? He improves by 4/10. W. Gore.
First car into the 143s, and now he's over half a second faster than Figlin.
That's gonna be hard to beat.
Indeed it will.
Is Figlin on a hot lap? Let's check. Looks like he is, and it's about to end. So the 100 board is gone, but you can still use the right side to figure it out. And no.
Oh, he's going in the pits. Righteous Fire seems to be on a hot lap now.
Yeah.
He's going to have a nice tow from Borat.
Oh yeah, that's gonna definitely help him, but he's gotta gain 7/10 here, and that's a lot.
It is a lot, but
Borat goes in the grass
to get out of the way of Righteous Fire, not allowing him to get all that good slipstream.
Good braking spot, good bus stop chicane. That's very good. Gets a good exit. Yeah, not bad. Really. Yeah, is it gonna be? No.
He does improve, but he improves only about 1/10 of a second.
Yeah. This is proving to be a really tight race at the top between Figlin, Righteous, and Taco right now.
W. Gore still the only driver in that has broken the 144s.
So we are on board with Babushka now, who is on a hot lap.
Ran nicely there through Puan.
Oh,
loses
wide.
The car a little bit. Will he invalidate? I don't think so.
Right, so it's not invalidated, but he definitely lost time here. So unless he made much more mistakes on the previous lap, this might not be an improvement. There's a yellow flag in sector 2.
Through Belgium.Want very, very nicely and smoothly into the bus stop. Almost locks up, but he doesn't. Can he get a good exit now? He's out of ERS, but gets a good exit.
He didn't improve. He did not.
He did not improve. Nope.
He is still in 5th position, which is not bad by itself.
No, it's not bad at all.
So Zeke is at the end of a hot lap. And the racing point here.
Didn't really get that apex there in Belgium.Want, but
it's not that necessary.
Going into the bus stop.
Oh, he coasted really long through that last corner, so definitely lost some time there.
Lost quite a bit.
So we have 2 retired people, Niall and Mr. Jesus so far. I'm on board with Radical, who is in a hot lap. Radical, who is a reserve for Tier 1.
Yep. It's a very, very good exit out of those 2 corners. Now down a very, very long straight into Belgium.Want. In ERS mode 4 there.
Let's go on board for the last chicane. A tiny lock up here. Gets the apex right, gets the second apex right, get on the power nice and early, and there you go. This is a good exit here. Is he able to improve? No, it's still a 147.1, so he's a little bit far behind.
He does improve. He does improve. He went from 4th to 13th, yes.
Oh, okay. So, apologies for that. And who is passing him? It's Borat.
Borat, yes.
Alright, Borat is promising. We can go on board and see like 145.1. That's gonna be for sure an improvement if he's able to get it, to keep it on the track.
Definitely should be. Now we've had 4 cars break the 145s. And only one car has broken the 144s, and that's W. Gore.
We're gonna go with Figlin because he's... Oh no, he just started a hot lap. Never mind, so we're with Borat and we'll go with Figlin next.
Alright. Through No Name now, uses up a bunch of track. Gets a very, very good exit.
Yeah, he was able to...
Puan now, downshifts to 6th. Gets a very, very good drive through Puan. Now through the S's. Using up all the track he possibly can. Small little lock up there, shouldn't affect his lap time too much.
So let's
Looks
see.
like he's coming up to a car.
Zanatius gets nice out of the way. Guy in front.
Very, very nicely done. Now into the braking zone of the bus stop. Gets on the power very, very early. Gets a good hard exit.
And he does improve.
He does improve. He goes to
3
6th.
tenths. 3 tenths faster. So let's go with Figlin now, who is getting to the Camel Straight very soon.
Camel Straight is right after the
Right here.
after Eau Rouge and Radion. It is not this straightaway.
Oh, sorry, my mistake. So what's this name?
Okay. This straightaway, I don't think it has a name actually.
Oh yeah, it does. The corner here that he's coming to, that Figlin is coming to.
Yes, the tight kink with the curbing. That's Belgium.Want.
Yeah, Belgium.Want. There you go. Right, so Righteous is on a hot lap. Figlin looks like he aborted. We're gonna go follow Righteous here. See if he can improve the 7/10 that he needs
No,
to.
Figlin is now starting a hot lap.
Oh yeah, but he was starting a hot lap earlier, so he aborted. But since
yes,
he is
aborted, charged up the batteries and given it another go.
yeah, so since he is behind Righteous, we're gonna look at Righteous's hot lap, and as soon as he's done, we're gonna switch to Figlin. There's a guy in front, and if he is, I think that's a Racing Point. Yep, that's his.
It looks like one of the Racing Points.
That's gonna
And the
be
session
Pfeiffer.
has ended. So everyone getting their last final laps in here.
All right, so let's
Trying to catch W. Gore.
Yeah, W. Gore looks like he is very comfortably in front here. So this is the Racing Point, Pfeiffer in front, but Pfeiffer is also on a hot lap, so... Oh, what's... No, it's Borat, what? This is confusing. Oh, there you go, Righteous wasn't able to continue, so he went into the pit, and now we're on board with Figlin.
Righteous must have made a mistake somewhere on the lap and decided to abort it. But from what I was able to see, I didn't see any mistakes.
Yeah, it's hard to see from our point of view, but like a mistake can be so small that it's only a question of half a tenth, and then you're gonna go in the pit anyway because you can't improve half a tenth.
Exactly.
So there you go. Figlin is now going through the last straight.
Nicely through Belgium.Want. Doesn't lose much speed there.
ERS4 and looks like
he has aborted his lap.
And the last is going to be Van Beets. His ERS is very low at 20%. He's getting to the point where the ERS, when it's really low like that, there's a point where it will not deploy as well. So unless he really corrected a bunch of mistakes that he made, this is going to be hard. Goes pretty slow through the Belgium.Want's kink, so it looks like it might not be an improvement here.
It looks like he's going to abort this lap, actually.
Oh,
No,
he
he's
still
not
goes.
going to, but he's low. He's out of fuel. He's out of fuel.
0.5. So yeah, there you go. It's the end. AI takes over, and there you go. We have the positions. W. Gore. Oh wait, Taco was able to improve just last second. He's second position with 1/10 between him and W. Gore.
Yeah, I did not catch that until right when you said it, and then everything disappeared from me.
Yeah, there you go.
XO is the only other driver to come close to W. Gore at 1.5 tenths within his reach. Very, very solid lap from XO. We did not catch that, but That was pretty good.
There's a bunch of people that look like they forgot to change their tires between their attempts because Babushka only has used one set of softs, same as Krieg's and Bacon Juice. No, Bacon was retired, I think, right?
Yes,
no.
he did.
No, it was Jesus and Neil who retired. It says so here. So
yeah, Bacon just left the session. That was all.
All right, I'm going to switch to the track preview here.
It's Sunday, and that means it's race time here in Spa. As the cars are
You
being
can
prepared,
start the speech.
let's join them trackside for the start of the
Welcome everyone to the Ardennes Forest here for round 7 of the GSR World Championship here at Circuit des Spa-Francorchamps in Belgium. A fast power circuit known for incredible racing, high speeds, long straights, and fast corners, especially the fast left, right, left, downhill, uphill of Eau Rouge and Raidillon. This circuit is not one for the kind-hearted. A 4.3 mile lap here's the longest in the F1 calendar, with speeds in excess of 200 miles an hour down the Kemmel Straight. We'll be sure in for an amazing race.
All right, so we are still waiting for the players. We are on the grid. The 5 lights are out, and it's a race start. We have a good start from W. Gore. He's still in front. This rain here, and there's a little bit of a spin, and W. Gore actually loses the position. Figlin is able to take over, and we're going to go back in the back, see if anything happens.
Figlin goes wide.
It doesn't look like there are any collisions. Actually, there's a McLaren on the inside of the racing point that looks like they had trouble. But let's see at the back, there's still people swerving left and right, and now it's going to be Eau Rouge.
Wide.
Taco went wide and was just lost. He's now down into 4th position. Borat is 3rd, and Figlin
W.
is
Gore is
2nd.
taking a lead back again after falling down to 3rd.
So Figlin is following W. Gore really close, and he's almost able to overtake here, but W. Gore is able to defend. It's really hard to overtake in this section of the track. And there you go. Oh, there's a big crash. Zeke has gone down into 12th position. He lost it all, and he has to wait for the traffic to go by at the beginning of the race. It looks like Bacon Juice is in the pit. I don't know what happened here. Maybe that's weird. So Borat here just lost the position. He was in 3rd and was overtaken by Taco in this what's the name of that long right-hander? I need to learn my track names, my corner names. Babushka overtakes, and looks like it's gonna be starting to settle down now. So one thing that's interesting is during the qualifying, just before the qualifying, you're able to see the weather for the track, and you can use your setup. Like, you can have a slightly worse setup for qualifying, but anticipate the rain for the race, and that way get yourself a better setup there. Oh, Taco goes into the grass and just loses the position to Borat. But
yeah, everything's starting to settle down a little bit. W. Gore's starting to pull away from Figlin. But it looks like Pfeiffer is setting up for a move on Zanacius. He makes a big, bold move, runs really wide through the chicane.
Oh, let's see if he comes
almost
back.
Spins out.
Oof. Oh, he almost, he was on the other side of the track, and, yeah, almost took Zanacius out.
Wow, that was a bold move by Pfeiffer there, and it did not pay off. He lost position to Radical Aardvark.
Looks like Righteous is down. Looks like Righteous is already in the pit. Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah, Righteous is fixing some wing damage, so it must have been him.
Oh, big crash from Zanacius at the exit of Eau Rouge, and he spins a lot and loses so many positions.
He's losing so many positions, and he's able to continue on, though.
We're on board with Mr. Jesus, who is chasing Babushka. I think he just got overtaken and gets poor exit here, and Babushka is able to get to pull a little bit of the lead, and it's just growing and growing. So let's see, Taco is really close to Borat right now, so I'm going to go on board with him because I think Taco is going to be thinking about doing a move. Last race, he stood behind another driver for a very long part of the race, and it ended up costing him at the end. He did win the race, but it made it much harder than it should have been in Montreal. They can't even flat it out here.
Kia's made a move on Jesus now. And he'll be up in a...
Oh, you even have to break through Belgium.Want in the rain. This is just how slippery it is right now.
Yeah, Belgium.Want is not flat out in any sort of wet weather.
W. Gore says the fastest lap at 2 minutes flat. And Taco is able to overtake here Borat in the straight, in the pit straight. Borat is on the
ran
inside.
really wide at the chicane and lost 2 positions to Niall and these grills.
And Niall is really on the attack here for these grills. It's gonna be whoever gets the better exit. Neil sets a little bit of distance between him and these grills and just is hoping to get the better exit. It looks like he has the speed on him, but it's not going to be enough.
Slipstream down the straightaway. Will he make a move into Lake Home? No, he will not. He'll brake extra early. Let these grills woe his car down, making sure that neither of them wreck.
Yeah, it's no use trying to go for a dive this early on in the race. There's 22 laps, and actually those intermediates can probably go almost the full length of that track. So it's really no use. You don't need to. You can pit whenever you want, or when the rain decides to stop. You really don't have to risk anything. So right now we are seeing the position change of people. Neil is 11 positions up into 6th, doing really well right now.
Yes, a very good start to his race. Let's hope he can keep it up.
Let's get those positions nice and early. Don't make mistakes early, and make sure that you anticipate the rain and the load of the car, and just go by everyone. Be careful and let them make the mistakes. The race will come to you.
Exactly. Slow and steady wins the race, especially in the rain.
We're gonna go on board with Pfeiffer. There's a nice battle going on between Radical, Pfeiffer, and Babushka.
Pfeiffer closing the gap, man. Radical Harvick, will he make that dive bomb move again? No, he will not.
Oh, Radical goes wide, and Pfeiffer is able to take a position, and Babushka is also out. And then Pfeiffer spins out, and now it's Babushka who wins it all. Now it's Pfeiffer, Radical and Pfeiffer. They're going nose to nose and trying to go back into the tracks. What are you doing? Let me up! Let me back.
Pfeiffer got a little too aggressive because he thought he had a position there and lost it all, and he's the biggest loser of it all.
And Mr. Jesus actually makes a move on Kia, who goes wide, and he's able to take the position. Kia is now in 10th, and this is really like Mr. Jesus has an X. What does the X mean again?
I'm not entirely sure what the X means, actually.
I know he's ghosted. Maybe he's disconnected. He's disconnected. Yeah. So Mr. Jesus AI is really getting the job done for him. Alright, so through all this kerfuffle in the midfield, Radical and Pfeiffer lost a couple positions, and they're back around where they started. Kia.
Yep, Radical making a move on Kriegs, it looks like, but Kriegs shut the door just a little bit. Now into No Name. Radical's going to try and get a better exit into Puan, but good luck trying to pass in through Puan.
Yeah, this is not where you want to pass unless your opponent goes wide, just as is the case right now. Kriegs goes wide, and now Radical is going to have a little bit more speed. If he wants to go for a move, he's going to have to dive down the inside, but it looks like he's not going to do it, and it's back to racing. He does get a slightly better traction out of this corner here. Kriegs is not able to find all the traction in the rain. Let's see if he's going to go for a move here. If Kriegs goes wide again, then Radical is going to be able to capitalize just before this long straight. And as I speak, W. Gore sets the fastest lap again. He's able to improve his best lap by 1/10. Oh no, it was a 2 minutes point 3 tenths, so that's 4 tenths that he improved on. And now, Radical brakes a little bit to make sure that he doesn't rear end Kriegs in this corner. It's a really close battle. Speaking of close battle, Kia is fighting Mr. Jesus AI, and he's trying to gain the position back, but Mr. Jesus is so far gaining a big advantage, being able
No,
to.
Mr. Jesus is back in. The X is gone.
Yeah, because his name is not appearing for me, so maybe that's why.
Well, it might be a little too far ahead.
It's possible.
Radical Aardvark got past Kriegs in through La Source, now through Eau Rouge. Krieg's still all over the back end of him. He'll have the slipstream down into like.
He's almost
make a
able to
move?
get past, but he brakes early and makes sure that he doesn't go into the rear of Radical. Radical having really bad luck in the T2 race where he got rear-ended and then T-boned by an AI.
Yep.
So let's see.
Small little lockup there from Kriegs.
Loses a lot of time actually. A small lockup and his delta goes down by 3/10.
We got yellow flags in Sector 2. Neil has passed these grills.
Neil doing really well now, 12 positions up from the beginning of his race.
These grills must have made a mistake somewhere because Niall drove way past him, and these grills is he's not able to turn at all. He has no turn in.
Speaking of that, he now loses the position, getting passed by Babushka, Van Beets.
There must have been some contact with Niall because he is a very, very, very damaged front wing.
Niall damage back. Oh yeah, I see he's missing the end plate on the right side, but that shouldn't. Like in the rain, it doesn't change a lot.
He's missing a lot of his front wing, period. That's gonna affect his car a lot in the rain.
Yeah, and there you go. We have first. Well, I don't know if the first Pete These Grills is going in the pit, and it looks like it might be because of a damaged front wing. We're gonna see if he changes it here. His pit position is.
He's missing all the upper flaps on the left side, plus both end plates.
There you go. He loses so many positions in the pit. Now he's now 4 positions down from his qualifying.
What looked like a very, very, very good start to his race is ended up in pieces.
Alright, so he's able
Quite literally.
to get the pit exit without spinning it, because we all know that pit exit is really treacherous, especially in the rain.
Just passed Mr. Jesus into Le Calme.
Alright.
And Tenacious just passed Sidehart.
I need a drink. I'll give you control. I'll be
What kind of a drink?
thirsty drink.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll put it on Babushka because he's so close to Van Beets, and I'll be right back.
Alright, now run along with Babushka here, trying to close in on Van Beets. Will he make a move down into the final chicane, or will he back out of it here? He's closing the gap. He has a lot of slipstream now. They're going down the straight into Blanchimont now. They both lift. They're both sliding out through Blanchimont. Babushka looks for the move. He looks like he'll back out of it, but now he just needs to get the better exit on Van Beets. Seems like he does. He's very, very in tow with him now. Getting the slipstream. Will he make the move into La Source? No, he will not. Very, very close now. Gets a good exit. Slides just a little bit. Down into Eau Rouge. Up through Radion now. Still very, very close. Half a second. Gets a very, very good exit. He'll have
Looks like this is going to be the pass. He makes a move on the right side. And there you go. He's in front. He's going to have to outbrake him. He manages to do it. He goes to the right, and then there you go. Van Beets is passed. Van Beets is now in 7th position. Babushka is able to take
Kia
assist.
has gone into the pits.
Kia not having a really good race so far.
No, not at all. I don't know if he pitted for a new front wing or new tires or what, but yeah, he just dropped a ton of positions. Okay. All right. Aardvark is right out all over the rear wing of Jesus now.
And Radical is trying. Oh, he gets a little bit of spin here, so not gonna be a move here. Mr. Jesus gets to keep the position for now.
A very, very bad exit there from Radical Aardvark, who's not having the best race, but not having a terrible race either. He's running in the points right now, looking very, very good, and looking to improve on that as well if he can get past Mr. Jesus here.
He did catch back up into the last kink just before the chicane, so it's looking like he's gonna be staying near Mr. Jesus and maybe going for the attack in the camel straight.
So, update on grid changes. Righteous Fire is down 12 positions from where he started. Nile, our biggest mover, up 12 positions since the start of the race, and we're only on lap 8. Mr. Jesus is the second biggest mover at 8 positions gained, and Aardvark and Krieg's tied for third for 5 positions gained.
Really good work from Nile so far. He's able to keep it on the track and gain so many positions, and he's still driving really beautifully right now. Like, he's not necessarily setting the fastest laps, but he's far in front of Babushka, and he's like really been consistent for now. Like, even if Babushka overtakes him, it's still a really good result.
Yeah, very, very good result, especially qualifying down in 17th position, not actually qualifying at all. So, yeah, it looks like a very, very, very solid race from Nile.
But speaking of solid race, W. Gore, now 12 seconds ahead of Figlin. He's really in his element here in the rain.
Yeah, W. Gore has been incredible. He's set multiple fastest laps. And no one seems to be able to catch him. And he had a pretty bad start, too. Dropped down to third, and by the time they got to Lake Hom, he was back in the lead.
Yeah, we could just see Figlin in the far here, following W. Gore. It looks like I think the rain has stopped and the track is going to be drying up now, so we might be seeing some interesting strategies coming up.
Yep, the rain has stopped, and so the track will start getting faster and faster as it dries up.
So we're gonna have to get ready for as the load comes down and the tracks clear up and people switch to softs. We're gonna see, because right now it's 13 laps left. So if you can make those intermediates last, you could switch to the softs and go for a good strategy, because the softs on this track, they are very, very good for the first 3-4 laps, and after that there's a steep drop, but it's like they're still usable. I'd say they drop to medium level, but they stay like that for a very long time. So I think 13 laps on the soft is possible if you want to go for a 2-stop and just really get a really fast lap early when the track clears up.
The thing is, though, is that the softs, you're gonna have to really stretch them out for 13 laps. But the track is still a little too wet to go to the dry tires, but again,
Borat is gonna get an overtake on Taco here. Taco is fighting for the position. They're side by side, and they're gonna go in here in the source, and Taco is cut on the inside and gets the better entrance to the corner. Borat still has some good speed though, and no, Taco gets a better exit than him, and it's gonna be the end of this. Now they're going to Orange and Radion, and they're gonna Taco goes a little bit spinny here, and so does Borat. There you go, it's the end. Taco will keep the position. Good job, Tactixo.
Yeah, very, very good defending there from Tactixo. Borat's trying to close the gap. He does have slipstream, but he won't make a move. Too far back. Aardvark's still all over the rear wing of Mr. Jesus. Hasn't been able to make a move. Jesus making a very, very difficult task to have Aardvark pass him. So good job to Jesus on defending very, very well. Yellow flags in Sector 2. Trying to
where the
find them
leads
now.
are.
They're cleared now.
3-second
Kia
penalty
back
for
into the
Kriegs.
pits. Looks like he might be going to the dry tires.
Oh, we have a DNF for Pfeiffer.
Oh, what happened? Kia goes on to the medium tires.
Pfeiffer has left the chat. Oh no, Pfeiffer is in the Racing Point chat. So he didn't leave yet.
Kia has gone to the medium compound of tires as he's getting lapped by W. Gore. Kia not having a good race at all. He slides really, really wide in Radion and loses a bunch of time. The track's still a little wet, but Kia being brave, playing the bravery card, and putting on the dry tires early.
Yeah, so
Are sliding all over the place.
10 laps left, and we have the first 3 people in the pit here. We have Taco going on the mediums. We have Figlin going on the mediums as well. Let's see if anyone's gonna get the softs. Borat is switching hards off, hards off, hards off. He took this hards. All right, and now let's see hards for 10 laps. That's a little bit far-fetched here, so that's gonna have to be a mistake.
Oh,
he
Spin's
spins
getting
out of the pit.
pits. He resets the track. And he'll get going. He loses a ton of time to Tact XO.
We have also Niall in the pit. Babushka and Van Beets all going on the mediums. Radical. Let's see if anyone's gonna get on the soft. You definitely can get to the end of the race here, and it's gonna be an advantage if you manage to make it work. W. Gore going 1 lap extra. He's surely gonna come to the pit at the end of this lap here.
He should, unless he feels like the track is a little too damp still. But if the dry tires prove to be quicker, he'll definitely know. So if we watch the gap between him and Figlin drop, which doesn't appear to be, so I think staying out right now in the intermediates might be the best bet for everyone.
I don't think so. I think he should come into pit right now, and considering that he's gonna have only 9 laps to go, if he goes on the soft, that's going to be such a huge advantage for him. He was able to gain 1.5 seconds on Figlin just in that last lap.
He has entered the pits.
Alright, so let's see. Let's see what he's going to choose. The suspense. They are waiting with mediums. But
Sid Hart spins entering the pit lane, and he hits the entrance wall as well.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. W. Gore is getting out now. What does it look like? The interval is going to get updated soon, and we're going to see how much time he was able to keep in front. Oh, wow! The interval, okay, just updated 18 seconds now. Alright, so we have Mr. Jesus and Kriegs left on the intermediates, and Bacon Juice.
It's showing W. Gore's on the intermediates on my screen. I don't know if that's a bug in the game or not. But
bug in the game, and W. Gore is on the mediums. Oh, you said
okay.
intermediates, didn't you?
Yeah, it said he's on intermediates.
Alright. Bacon... I don't know what's happening. It says he's in the pit and that he's been on the intermediates for 0 laps. Alright, we have Jesus and Kriegs now. There you go,
Switching
Jesus
to the
goes on the
soft. Kriegs comes in now.
Goes on the
He
medium.
switches to the mediums.
Alright, so there you go. Those are the pit strategies done. Almost everyone. Zeke and Mr. Jesus chose the soft. And Kriegs almost goes wide on the pit exit.
And Borat was the only one that chose hards and spun coming out of the pit lane. Very, very, very sad to see that.
Yeah, for sure. So, but since he has such a gap between him and Babushka, what's that? 10 laps to go and 6 seconds. So it's very possible that he's actually going to be losing that position to Babushka and even Niall if it goes really bad.
Well, Niall is 10 and a half, almost 11 seconds back from Borat right now. So, I mean, the gap is dropping, and it's dropping quick between Babushka and Borat.
Says the
It's
fastest
very
lap.
interesting to see Borat go to. Very, very interesting to see Borat go to the hards. I don't. Maybe he doesn't have the confidence in saving the tires. Yeah, and Niall lost a position in the pits as well. He was running in 5th, and now he's back down to 6th.
That's true. But like I said, since Borat is on the hards, if he's not able to make that work, he's already lost 2 seconds to Babushka. So it's coming in close and really quickly for him.
And he has gained time, very, very little on Niall, but Niall definitely pulling away. Babushka definitely pulling away from Niall.
Yeah. So Radical is really close to these grills, and they have DRS now. And actually, I think that's what's a move here that was failed in La Source, but he's gonna get DRS for the Camel Straight for sure. So they come to a Rouge, and they're gonna have warm tires by now. Yep, there you go. And fastest lap from Kia this time. There you go.
Kia's back up to 12th. He's trying
Following
to get
Radical. Radical
points.
is on the outside of these grills and is actually able to pass him. Now Radical has a lot more speed because of the DRS, and he's going to get him in the braking zone. There you go. Radical actually goes really wide to make sure that he outbrakes these grills, and these grills now is able to catch back up. So it's going to be a battle that's going to continue over the next few laps.
We have yellow flags in Sector 1. Don't know who that's for. Trying to look, but I don't see anyone spun out.
Yeah, it's really hard to find the incidents.
Aardvark now trying to work back in on Jesus, who is on the softer tires, but Aardvark is still much faster than Jesus. And he loses the back end a lot. That's going to hurt his time a lot. These grills is going to take full advantage of that.
And there you go, these grills are side by side here. Radical is just a little bit in front. He's able to get the speed that he needs to go back. He probably used a lot of his energy just to be able to do that. But now these grills going to have the DRS coming into the next straight. And Jesus, these grills goes really wide here.
Gets a little wide.
There you go, he gets DRS. That's going to maybe keep him close enough to be able to have the DRS past Eau Rouge.
Aardvark goes wide through La Source. Doesn't get a good exit. But he will get DRS down the Camel Street.
Oh, he cuts the corner in Radion. He gets DRS here, but that's the Mr. Jesus getting the move done by Radical, and Radical is able to get that position now. He's in 8th position, and that's looking really good for McLaren. 6th and 8th position.
Both McLarens improving from their qualifying.
So just as we predicted, now Babushka is really close to Borat because Borat is on the hards. Zeke retires from the session on the softs, so looks like he spun it just after a lap on those softs.
Yep, Babushka now half a second away from Borat.
Oh, Borat goes wide with Babushka. Oh, that's so close. So now Babushka is going to get the DRS. He's going on the pit straight. He's going to try to keep up, but Borat got a better exit than him. He's going to have to work really hard if he wants to get hit here. And he goes really wide. Just tries to outbrake. And actually, that brings him closer to Borat. Now there's someone, Zeke, coming straight out of the pits. But what is happening? Zeke has went into the pit and retired. But anyway, they're gonna get Rouge. He's forced to lift Babushka, and this just gets the DRS now. Let's go. He's ERS mode 3. He's gonna try everything he's got right now. He's not getting fast enough. He's gonna have to dive on the inside, and he tries to go for it, but Borat makes sure to brake late, and there you go. He's gonna have to wait another lap for that, but he's still in range, and it's still a really close fight. These Grills overtakes Mr. Jesus in La Source, or just before La Source, probably on the DRS straight, and now
in La Source, yes.
Well, yeah, but I think the overtake happened in the straight instead of at La Source.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, Mr. Jesus is now behind and is going to get DRS, and there you go.
Righteous Fire sets the fastest lap.
Incredible, from all the back of the grid. But Mr. Jesus is on the soft, and now he's going to try to go for the move on the inside, but no, he actually brakes early and even goes a little bit wide in the chicane. Babushka is going to try for another move on Borat now. He's coming down to the long straight. He's using his ERS.
Into the bus stop, and Figlin goes fastest.
Everyone's setting fastest lap after fastest lap. That's what happens when they're in clears. And now you go. Babushka is on the outside. Borat's going to have to give the space. He's got the inside, but he's going to get the outside for the second. Now he goes. Oh, there you go. Babushka is able to outbrake Borat, and now it's the move done. He's going to stop being held up, but Borat is getting a much better exit out of the chicane. And now it's Babushka's have to defend. He has the inside line. Just don't outbrake yourself. Borat's moves from the over-under, and there you go. They're still fighting. Borat's going to get the DRS straight in there. He's going to have to get a really good Eau Rouge on those hard tires if he wants to be able to contest that position. Babushka gets a little bit better here, and there you go. Now Borat is all out of energy, however, so it's not going to be able to fight. He goes on to ERS mode 4 to try to give it everything he's got, but this is done. Babushka got the position, and Borat is feeling the pressure because of his hard tires. Now it's going to be Niall's turn.
Yeah, that mistake he made getting out of the pit lane, spinning out, definitely didn't help him. Had he not done that, I think he would have been safe to the end of the race. These Grills catching Radical Arvark, who had a terrible exit out of Eau Rouge Radion, and he's gonna have a lot of DRS. He'll have a ton
This
of
goes on the inside. He was going to outbrake him. He got the inside line, but he's going to get the outside now. It's not enough. He's not alongside, and Radical is able to keep the position for now. This Grill is going to have to settle down and wait for another lap.
Very, very, very good driving from both these drivers as Radical Arvark goes very, very wide. And
Righteous
in
Righteous is on the outside of Zanatius, but Zanatius outbreaks him, and now Righteous is going to have to keep this position. It's really close.
They almost make
such
contact.
a better exit, but Zanatius, the track is not wide enough here, so Zanatius is able to keep the position. And these Grills just pass Radical here.
Yeah, I did not see the move there, but appears that it was a pretty decent move into a typical corner that you wouldn't pass in.
So Borat.
But Radical Arvark gets a very, very good exit down into this straightaway.
Oh,
Will
yeah.
he make a move into the bus stop? He's
very close. He tries to go for the outside line, tries to outbrake him, and goes actually a little bit wide, and these Grills gets the racing line, so he's not going to have the possibility, and now he gets the RS just to try to keep up because these Grills is just flying away right now. And Radical, don't miss this, don't go wide. He goes extremely wide, and but at this turn you don't lose that much time by going that wide. And right now he's chasing these Grills. These Grills are going to get into the Eau Rouge and Radion. Let's see who gets the better.
He just made a move on Mr. Jesus to get into the points. And Righteous Fire got past Kriegs.
Radical gets a much better Radeon than these grills, and now they're going to be side by side for the braking zone. And there you go. Oh, he just manages to brake, but he's so close. But these grill is still in front, and that's going to be another. This grill gets to live another lap. Van Beets is on the attack over Nile now.
Good. And Righteous Fire gets past Zenacious now. Down into Lake Hom, got the move done way before Lake Hom as well.
Nile is about to get passed by Van Beets. Van Beets is on the last straight and is using all the ERS he can, all the energy to try to get near the Nile. But Nile goes very defensive here, and he's on the inside. And there you go, Van Beets actually touches him a little bit, but Nile gets the braking right, and Van Beets is going to have to try again. But now he's all out of energy because he used it out in the last straight. Now the DRS lets him keep up in this little straight here. They're going to go back into the Eau Rouge Radeon. They're about to get the straight. And let's see if Van Beets is able to keep, but he's in ERS mode 4 still, so that means he's going to be completely out of energy, and it's all going to be, oh, but Nile goes in the grass, and there you go, Van Beets gets the position for free. Incredible. So
Radical Aardvark spun in the chicane as well as that went on there between these girls and Nile.
And Kia is on the attack on the Radical now. Kia is is attacking Radical. Radical is under pressure from Kia at 666 milliseconds difference, but he's bringing that down, and now they're in their straight. Kia has 27% ERS, and there you go, he's able to take over really easily. Radical doesn't even have what it takes to fight this.
Oh, and Nile spins in Puan. Makes contact with the wall, doesn't damage his wing, I don't think.
Yeah, he lost the end plate on the left side.
Nile's struggling with the car now. What looked like a great race for Nile is turning slowly but surely into a nightmare.
It's not that bad. He just lost 2 positions so far. He was in 5th and now he's in 7th, but that's still a net gain of 10 positions. So while the pressure is clearly being felt here, but he's still doing a pretty good job.
Yes, as always he is, but he's starting to lose the car. It's starting to slip away from him.
So let's see who is getting close to who. I expect Kia to get close to these grills within a lap or 2 now. There's only 3 laps left to this race, and everyone is settling down with pretty big gaps. So I think one of the only actions we're still going to see is Kia here. As he's closing in, he's going to be within 1 second when it gets to the DRS detection zone for these grills. So that's going to be these grills getting overtaken by Kia. He is going in energy mode 4, 44% left, and there you go, they are entering the very notorious turns of Spa. He gets the DRS and he activates it. There you go, he's gonna go for it. He's giving it everything. He's got 20% energy left, and then he's going to go on the outside. That means he's going to get the inside on the next turn. Very nice and gentle on the brakes, and just manages to get past. This grill has to concede because, Kia gets actually a little bit slightly worse exit, and now this grill is trying for the inside. Kia is forced to give the position, and this grill is beautifully defending this position.
Very, very, very good defense here from these girls on Kia, but can he hold on for the next couple laps?
Kia is used to being in front of the pack, and right now having to fight in the midfield is not something that he must be quite very happy about.
No, not something he's happy about, and definitely not something he is used to at all. But now he'll have a lot of slipstream. He's in ERS mode 0, letting that battery charge up. Still gaining on D's grills. Will he make a move down the inside into the
Oh,
chicane?
he goes
Yes,
on the inside. He
will.
tries
Think about
to.
it.
There's just not enough brake force here, and actually he gets a much better exit from the bus stop chicane, and there you go. These girls under the pressure just spins his tires on the exit of the chicane and loses the position. Kia is already really far in front, and there you go. These girls gonna have to really bite the nail here if he wants to be able to have a chance to gain that position back. But now his gap is over 1 second, and he's not gonna get DRS, and Kia is gonna just fly away. But Kia now has 27 seconds to make up if he wants to catch Niall. So I don't think that's gonna happen, and that's gonna be looking for an 8th position for Kia.
Kia making that fake move to the inside down at the bus stop caused these girls to get a little distracted, get a little wide, and then have a bad exit out of the chicane, allowing Kia to have a very good exit with the overrun. Incredible stuff from both those drivers.
Kia still sporting the pumpkin mask.
Yeah, very festive now, isn't it?
Alright. So now the action is calming down a little bit. Who would you give driver of the day to here?
As it stands right now, I would give it to Niall.
Yeah, even I completely agree with that for now. Unless he does something really unfortunate at the end. But for now, it looks like he, like, even though he is not at the 12th position, like in 5th, like he once was in the race, he still gained 10 positions from his quali here and really pulled it together after things went wrong.
He had a very good start right off the line. Because I was watching somewhere in the midfield at the start, and had a very good jump off the line, got traction better than most of the guys in front of him, and made up a few spots into the first corner, and got into 5th by the 8th lap of the race, and you know, that was just an incredible drive. He's lost some positions now, but still 10 places gained. That's driver of the day to me.
Yeah, so I'm gonna say though, a close second for this time was Mr. Jesus with his 4 positions gained from his grid, and Mr. Jesus, who has been having some pretty unfortunate races in the last 2-3 rounds, is now able to keep it together and actually gain on his qualifying starting grid position. So that was a really close second. If Niall hadn't done so good this race, it would probably have gone to Mr. Jesus.
We have a yellow flag in sector 2, and it's Sidhart has spun. He resets the track right in front of one of the McLarens. I don't know who that was, but that was pretty not okay there.
Mr. Jesus right now just being lapped by W. Gore.
Yep, W. Gore on the final lap as well.
So I'm gonna go on board with W. Gore to watch his final lap. Lap 22 of 22, and let's see if he's gonna be able to take that fastest lap. I think right now Kia has it.
The last time. Now into the chicane for the final time.
A good exit. And there you go. This is the end of the race. Congratulations to W. Gore for the first position. And now we have a long time to wait for the second position, but now we can see everyone who's been lapped. There was Zenacious, Mr. Jesus Kriegs, and starting from the 12th position have been lapped. We're on board with Figlin, who now finishes his lap second, and actually salutes the crowd and not the pit lane. And now we have Tactexo in 3rd position. There you go, finish. He will keep the 3rd position. There isn't an 18 seconds penalty. But now let's see if Babushka has any penalties and if he would lose his position to Borat. For example, if he sped in the pit lane, that would that would give him a 5-second penalty, and Borat would actually be able to gain here. Borat had a 3-second penalty. His time went from +4 to +7. And Van Beets now is at +10. Crosses the line, has a 3-second penalty, unserved.
Niall crosses the line.
Oh, wow! Niall actually beats Van Beets because of the... Whoa, what happened here?
Van Beets must have had some time penalties there. Quite a few, too, I would imagine. And Niall takes home 6th place with 11 positions gained.
Incredible.
An incredible race for Niall.
Righteous Fire, after having a pretty good race last time he filled in Tier 1, finishes in 10th position with 6 down. Probably not his favorite.
Not a good race for him, but definitely could have been worse.
Alright, here
These
we
girls,
go.
the only one who didn't move up or move down in the race.
So, it was Borat, followed by... who was second? I don't remember second, but third was Tactic. So congratulations to Borat here. Alright, so there you go. Oh, wait, I forgot. I'm gonna show the race director to see.
Van Beets had a 6-second time penalty added onto his race, and that is why Niall collected a 6th place finish.
Alright, so I've collected all the stats. I will now... Whoops, this should not be showing. I will now be adding the standings here. But meanwhile, Andrew, do you want to go get... is he there? W. Gore, is he in somewhere? Oh, there you go. He's in Haas Team Radio. Do you want to go get him for an interview?
Yep.
Oh. Alright, so while he's doing this, I'm trying to get the standings. We had them updated.
There's W. Gore.
Hello. So, W. Gore, how do you feel about this victory?
Pretty good after Canada, so
Yeah?
pretty happy. It was a fun race. Yeah.
You had a pretty big gap through the second position here. So, you want to tell us about the strategy you used to achieve that?
Yeah, so I forgot where Righteous started on the grid, but I know I started first, and I got a pretty bad getaway, and Tack was alongside me. And then Fig kind of came and tacked off the track, and then came back on the track and hit me. And then later on, I think it was turn 6 or 7, he hit me again, and I almost spun out. So my rears were... Because I had practiced in the wet a little bit, so my rears were probably 5% more than I would have liked them after the first lap. And then it was just kind of easy lap, push lap, easy lap, push lap. And then when DRS got enabled, I pitted, but I was thinking to pit the lap before. But it's hard to tell with the spray, really, on Spa, because the track is pretty dark anyways. So it's hard to tell if there was water or what was going on. So, just we decided we'll just hang it out one more lap, and then we pitted, and then just kind of, same thing, just kind of coasted every 2 laps, and then pushed the lap after.
Yep. So it's pretty good. Congratulations for the win, and I hope this keeps on going for you, because your victory was really decisive here and really impressive to see you beat everyone like that, especially with the rain.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you guys.
All right. So who was the second position here?
I have no idea. I wasn't.
I'm going to look
Um,
for the results. Yeah, I hope someone posted them. No, they're not posted yet. That's embarrassing.
it was Figlin.
Figlin, all right, please go get Figlin. All right, so I managed to get the standings from last race to display here.
Hello.
Hi, Figlin. How are you feeling about your second position here?
Very bad in the beginning.
Very. So, you want to tell us about it? What happened in the beginning?
I just locked up twice. I braked early, but it's still locked up. And then trying to avoid collision. I don't know if on turn 1. I don't know if I tapped anybody, but I definitely tapped Gore in the end of sector 1. I know. So
But you did get ahead of Gore at the beginning, though. Gore, I think Gore started on pole and then ended up third after the first 2 corners.
yeah, that dude's just so fast. It's he is just a league above the rest of us. I think honestly, he's very very quick in the rain or in the dry. I thought I had him there for a little bit. I was gaining on him for a lap, 3 laps in a row, but he must have just been saving his ERS and DRS or tires. So
Yeah. All right. Well, congratulations for the second position. Might not feel that good, but I mean, that's a lot of points going for you. So
yeah, it was a great stint in the dry. So I feel good about the dry. It was just the first lap that kind of set the bummer on it. That's all.
yeah. So how expected was the rain for you? Did you get a setup for that or?
No, I actually ran the dry setup. I thought it was the way that the weather looked. It had one storm cloud and then less of a storm cloud and then no storm cloud like in the weather prediction screen.
Yeah.
So I thought it was actually going to go dry. So I just ran my straight dry setup.
Okay.
I probably should have just changed my brake bias a little bit.
All right. Well, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. You guys have a good one.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
All right, and then the third position, that was Tactics. So you want to go get him?
I'll go grab him. Yep.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello.
Ah, there you go. Hi, Tact. How are you?
I'm pretty good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So, what do you think of your third position? Are you happy with it?
No, I mean, I can't really be too happy. I got wing damage from the get-go almost, and I was hoping to have faster pace than Figlin on the softer stint, but then yeah, he just kept pulling away from me. I think it was about like 2 or 3 tenths per lap. He was faster than me, so at that point I'm just like cruise control. I can't really do anything. There's no one in front of me, no one behind me, so I was just doing my own race. But yeah, the wet stint was something else.
Yeah. Did you get taken by surprise by this?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't practice too much in the wet. Yeah, I think if I practiced a little bit, I knew what my braking points stuff like that, I would have done a little bit better. Especially in the bus stop chicane, I just missed my braking point every single lap, so it would cost me like maybe half a second per lap.
It looked like you did. Wait, no. I think I saw you do a pretty good overtake at the end on the bus stop chicane, though. Or you were pretty far from everyone. That might have been your teammate.
I passed. No, I think I passed Borat on the start-finish straight. I think I gave him a little love tap in the back, so I think I had a slow exit of the bus stop chicane. But yeah, overall, I have to look at the start of the race because there was some contact between me and Figlin. I think Figlin dive bombed everyone, but
From the view of the commentator, it looked pretty clean for the start. There might have been a little bit of a bump, but I don't think anyone got spun.
yeah, no one got spun, which is nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Pretty clean.
Yeah, overall, not too happy, but I'm glad that I still finished on the podium.
All right. Well, congrats on the podium,
Thank you.
and let's hope that it keeps on going for the next few races.
Yeah, hopefully.
Only 3 races left on the season?
Yeah, and I might have to miss one of them too, so I have to take as many points as I can get from
Ooh.
Lost. Yeah,
Drama.
that'll be fun. But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you. All right, and last but not least, we need to interview Niall.
Yep, I'll go grab him.
Niall, driver of the day. I don't think he knows yet.
Hello.
Welcome, driver of the day.
Hello.
Hi there,
That's a
Niall.
surprise.
Yeah,
Hey.
we announced it on stream, but we didn't announce it on the Discord yet, so we kept the surprise for you.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, do I get like a grand prize or anything like that?
Yes, my appreciation for an incredible drive.
And an
Thank you very
interview.
much. Oh yes, well, if we get to listen to both your voices, it's a pleasure of mine.
So we saw that you took your I think you took like 12 positions very early in the race, and you were able to keep them throughout the whole race. So what happened in the quali? Why were you so far back the grid?
Oh, I smashed my car going up Radion. I like hit when basically was going up going on Rouge and up Radion, and I didn't basically turn right. I stayed left and hit the barrier, lost both my wheels, and yeah, that was the end of my qualifying.
Oof. So you weren't able to set a lap before that, right?
No, I tried to set a lap before that, but I kind of invalidated it. I think 2 turns to go, and unfortunately, I went for another set of softs, went up Radion, and just smashed my car.
I see. So then that means you were gonna start from the back of the grid in the race, but then the rain happened. Did you plan for the rain?
No, actually, my rear wing was only on 4, so it wasn't a great setup. But I did push my front wing to 4 as well to match it evenly, so my tires could actually get wear evenly. And yeah, that worked out very well in my favor. I think in the first corner I gained like 9 positions.
Yeah.
A lot of people were very, very hesitant, and I knew my braking line in the rain because I've done practice in the rain for Spa in the past. So I was very lucky in the way that it came from basically came to me right there and then, and the rain was very helpful for me for the future of the race.
So there you go, guys. That's what happened.
That rain, that first lap was just absolutely incredible there.
Oh, thank you.
So this is what happened, and that means you practice in the rain, and it really paid off. You gained those 9 positions early, but then that's not the end of the story, because after that you were able, at one point you were 12 positions up. So that means it just kept on going. Your practice has really paid off.
Yeah, I was very happy with that, and unfortunately, I probably could have done a small bit better if I didn't have that wing damage. I actually got wing damage twice. Which that one of them was my own fault, and the other one was if I didn't back out, I would have smashed my whole car again. So I'm happy with the result that came out today. Definitely from P18 to P6 in the end.
Yeah, that's incredible, and that's gonna give you 8 points, I believe, for P6. So
probably, yeah.
Yeah, and what was your standing before? Let's see. Blah blah page.
I don't think I went up anywhere yet.
Niall, you're at 30 points now, and These Grills was at 36, so you are closing the gap to These Grills and Black Fox.
Yeah, that's my aim right now, to finish ahead of them before the end of the season.
Well, you have 3 more races to go for that, so it's a very attainable goal. You just keep doing what you did this race, and you will reach it easily.
Yeah, let's hope every race is raining then.
All right.
All right, I like that attitude.
Well, congratulations on Driver of the Day and on your P6. And
thank you very much, guys. And as always, thank you very much for commentating. It's always a pleasure to hear you guys commentate on our races.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good one.
So that's it. That's the end of the interview section.
All right.
And so the next race is going to be Sunday. It's Tier 2 at 9 p.m. We have chosen Circuit of the Americas. Tier 2 really likes to choose the races that are hard and can have a lot of stuff happen in there. So last race was Baku in the rain. That was a sight to behold. Next race, Kota. It's going to be interesting to say the least.
I will not be racing on Sunday. I'll be out of town, but good luck to you, Cookie.
Thank you. And for Tier 1, the next race is actually going to be not the next Wednesday, because now this is the holiday break. So it's going to be December 28th, and it's going to be an interleague race. I don't know what that means.
Tier 1 and Tier 2, just whoever can make it, can make it.
So we haven't decided yet which track is going to be, but that's in the middle of the holidays, so I understand this. Why not make it an interleague race in Wreckfest? That would be interesting.
Oh, no, that would be fun, but it's just an interleague race. Nothing counts, so I'm going to be expecting a lot of dive bombs and just stupid moves to try and see if they actually work.
All right, so the next race is December 22nd for Tier 2, and after that it goes all the way to the 28th for the league race, interleague race. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for staying. This has been Cookie.
This has been MLG God.
Have a good night.